Hey, did you see the email about this request to not ban all flotation devices?
I did not.
Oh.
Did it come today?
Yeah, just like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, no. I had a good conversation with Tiffany about that.
The flotation thing. I guess that's becoming a concern.
Did that email come to just us or her too?
Just to I mean, I just see 2 council on here.
Oh. You alright?
What?
You okay?
Yeah.
Did you get your retainer
That's a
fixed?
no. But yeah.
Yeah. Other than I feel like I made a gallon of glue that they grinded out my teeth.
That's enjoyable.
Yeah. Not at all.
Today?
What?
Was that today?
Yeah.
Did
Like
it make you feel like you
at
wanted
2:10.
Yeah.
Like literally, I went there and came right back.
Did it make you feel like you want to vomit?
Yeah. That's why I'm like.
Oh, I'm so
I had
sorry.
no idea. Do you need to go home? I'll sit over there and take care of it.
It's okay. I'm tough.
Do you want some gum
I have some.
to keep you from vomiting? Sometimes I do that. Like
You want
my
some
mouth's
Tylenol?
watering, I chew my gum.
No. I'll probably throw that out.
You want some Zofran?
I'll be fine.
Do you want to?
Once I get the plastic taste out of my mouth, I'll be just fine.
I can tell you're not.
What did you have done?
My retainer fell out yesterday morning. Well, my permanent retainer, like half of it popped off yesterday. It was stabbing me all day yesterday. But I got it fixed today.
My son's braces, his wire constantly comes out and pokes him in the cheek, so I got really good at getting a wire cutter and trimming them on a regular basis.
You do it yourself?
Yeah.
Because they're only down here every Wednesday,
Yeah.
once a week, and so it's like,
Can't just leave it.
yeah.
You do get pretty good with it. You told me I did a good job not eating it.
Oh,
Because half of it was still attached. Because I ate half the glue.
when are you done with your braces and all, or your retainers and all that stuff?
It's permanent.
Oh,
the
that's a
bottom
permanent one? Oh.
Yeah. I had to. I did the temporary and they kept shifting.
Oh.
I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Because I wear a night guard / retainer at night.
My top is that way. My bottom ones are not like big ones.
Gotcha.
Yeah, or something. Yeah, that explains it. Yeah, for sure. Oh, I forgot my pencil. I brought it home and forgot it. Yes, please. I only have a pen. All right. I'm a little more with it today. I've been at Roaring Springs for 12 hours.
Again today?
No, I said I didn't.
Oh, okay.
It'll be interesting though. It smells like Lysol or something in here. Do you smell that?
Mm-hmm.
Cleaning product.
A little bit of a sweet smell to it to
Okay.
me.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's right. That's right. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you. I will
ready,
I will
Tess?
return it for sure.
Sorry. Look for my glasses and they're right here. All right,
Thanks.
we'll call the meeting to order. Tiff, please take the roll.
Councilwoman Garvey,
Present.
Councilwoman Workala,
Present.
Councilman Brennan,
Present.
Councilman Harjo,
Present.
Mayor Sykes.
Present. Let the record reflect that we do have a quorum for the special City Council budget meeting Wednesday, July 16th, 2025. Council, we'll start off. We don't have anything that you, Paula, Tiffany, anything really quick? If not, I'm going to suspend the Roberts Rules of Order to allow the council to fire their questions at the department heads. Okay. Council, Robert's Rules have been suspended. The floor is yours. So are we starting with sanitation? No, we're past that. We're good. Jake, golf course.
On golf.
Who's there, front row?
Sorry, Miguel. Everybody made sure to tell me to take a lot of time, just so you know. Just
So
kidding.
you can come back tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's throwing arrows right
Yeah.
So what we'll do then, Jake, is we'll just put this on hold and we'll get to everybody else. Have you come back tomorrow?
I'm fine with that. Whatever you guys want, if you're serious.
No, let's just rock and roll. Let's go.
Because this is going to take a while.
And I have questions, so.
Okay. I did get the quote, the bid for the pump. Do you guys want to see it?
Sure.
Or not?
What's the quote?
$199,000. So
Is that the building and
Not
the
the
wet
building,
well
not the
and all
building.
that?
not the building,
That's
just the well.
just the well?
The pump, just the pump, just the pump. So we'd have to do, the pump guy that I've been working with said that he did not want to go any further with like design or anything in case you guys said no, he doesn't want to waste his time and keep going into it. So that's the bid for the pumping system. If it gets, let's say it gets approved, then he'll take the time to like design the wet well and how that would sit and everything, and then we'd have to have the contractor come in and do that.
You'd have to go out for 3 bids.
I know.
Okay.
And it's updated today, so there's a
Yeah, I
today
got
bid.
that this morning. Actually, the one that I got earlier this year was actually, I went back and found it. It was 215,000, and I called him and talked to him, and he took some stuff off to like some labor stuff and some of his stuff that he would get paid for. He took it off to bring it down for me. So
Jake, I did a little bit of poking around in terms of the building that would be needed.
yeah,
In the calls that I made to various contractors, just spot checking of like access, requiring the basics of access either by the roof to lift in and out. If a well driller had to access it, if the building needs to move, whether that's a movable building or one that can be panelized and moved. The range was anywhere from 40,000 up to 75,000 or greater per building.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I could see that, but I don't. The way they did it last time for this pump, the pump that we have now, is the assistant they put the pump down, and then he just built the building after it was all done. He just built it over the pump itself. That's the way he did it. And I have a picture of the pump, what it would look like. He's actually putting one in at a golf course right now, so he sent me a picture of it. I don't know if you guys want to look at it. Let me send a picture to you guys so you can all see it, or you want to look at my phone.
If you could send it, that'd be great.
Yeah, send it. And Jake, you had a 40, no, what did we say, a 40 horsepower and a 30
I
horsepower?
have a 75 and a
75.
40, and what would do is they would, with the new pump system, it would go to a 72 75s. And then and I just kind of just talking to the pump guy off the top of my head, all the issues that we have with the pump, all that go away because of the style of the pump system that would be putting in. We wouldn't have those same issues, like the foot valves and all that stuff always getting the snell or the scale that just comes in and clogs those up, and we wouldn't get any of that kind of issue. So, and the other stuff. And I went through the budget and I was willing, so if you take, I mean, I don't really want to do this, right? So like the clubhouse siding, I really want to give that a facelift. But if you take that out and the other stuff that I took out, I came up with $208,880. If we leave the clubhouse in there, I came up with $168,880 that I could come up, that I would pull from my budget and put towards the pump.
And what about the
So,
15 for the two robots?
That's part of the.
That is part of that.
I've taken that out. So I've taken out the robots, the fairway mower, the T mower. So I just so those, and then
Storage,
the storage. So the mechanic equipment storage,
aerator.
the aerator, the driving range, the utility vehicle. So all that came to 168. If you throw in the siding, that's the extra 40. That would bring it up to 208. So
There's 2 fairway motors on here. Is it just the fairway mower or the fairway and greens mower?
So the fairway and greens mower I left on there because we have those on lease right now, and so that's just an occurring lease. When that lease runs out, those would just
For no lease.
be the new leases. So so I left those in there.
So on ours, it's cited as a required purchase or new lease.
Yeah, I think they're running out this year. I think, if I remember right,
To
where they
renew
Paul?
the lease.
I think they're running out this year.
And that's a renew to the current item and keep it or is that?
No, so the current items that we have right now would go back to the company, and then they'd bring me the two, the new greens mower and the new fairway mower.
It's really like a perpetual lease.
Yeah, every 5 years. Yep.
Can I review that one more time? The things you said are out versus staying.
So
I got the fairway and greens is staying. The other greens mower would be staying as well.
yes, so the first two, the fairway greens mower, then the greens mower, and then
The next three are out.
yeah, we could. I mean, if we want, we could even pull that greens mower too.
Your capital outlays are all out.
We could pull that greens mower. So the only thing that would stay would be the fairway and greens mower.
Just the top one only.
Yeah, that top one alone. I overlooked that.
Okay. The equipment inventory for 12.5.
I left that in there just to use, because we use that for, like, I could maybe pull, like, that utility vehicle that I'm taking off. I could maybe find a used utility vehicle in that 12.5. So I left it in there.
And then I just got handed this, but the aerator's out as well.
This is his. what he's
That's
taking
all
out.
of the items
That's what he's taking out.
calculated right there.
Yeah, so if you look at it right there, it shows the option with the siding in, and it shows it with the siding out.
Okay. Restaurant still stays.
This morning you came in and said you were willing to forego these things for the pump.
Yeah, I'd rather limp the equipment along than the pump. The pump's just so much more stressful. I mean, all summer long, I'm worried, pump goes down, then the grass is down. If I have to stay at the golf course, there's lots of times where I'm at the golf course at midnight, 1, 2, just making sure the pump's not low pressuring and shutting down. So I would much rather, and I think it shows it on here, on this, it's 168,000 is what we've spent on the pump since 2010. So I think I've spent like close to, I don't know, maybe, I know I've overdrawn my irrigation line this year from all the issues with the pump. So,
So the pump really is the critical issue.
yeah, the pump is the heart of having a golf, you can't have a golf course without having a pumping system. And so,
I think also understanding that the cost of the structure to go around that and any secondary and tertiary costs, is there 463 phase there, or do we need to bring that?
it's all there,
Right.
it's all the electrical, all that stuff's already there, it's 460, all that's there.
No new panel, no new meters,
Nope,
those
all
kind of
that,
things.
all that's there, it's all ready to go. I'm trying to forward this to you guys, but I don't know if I have everybody's number.
And they'll come, Jake, and reformat all that electrical in there. They'll take all that whole paneling and all that out.
Yeah,
and all the brains.
everything's installed.
Okay.
Everything comes, it's all installed, ready to go. The only thing that would not happen would be the building itself. And I guess the concrete wet well slab and everything that would sit on. But I can't get a quote for that until I know what the exact pump is. Like when you guys say, okay, that's when I can, because the pump guy's not gonna design it and put more time into it. If you guys are gonna say no, so
Do we
it's
have
a lot
any-
of bit of time for him.
Do we have any comparative, just out of historical, that we could compare to, like the slab that the range ball machine sits on?
No, because it's not
volumetrically?
necessarily a slab, right?
Right, I'm just saying, like, in terms of, like, any other comparable project costs.
I think the concrete slab for the range, it was Paul and I looked at it today, that was $800. So, I mean, I don't want to give a number on it because I don't know. So,
Is it just a pump house you need?
say that again.
Is it just a pump house?
Like after the pump? Like if you guys were give us a pump, then I would need a pump house, like over the top of it.
What size? 4x4?
No,
Eight
that's
by
what I'm trying to
eight?
show you. No, it's probably gonna be more like, here, I got your number, I sent you
15
the
by
picture
15?
of the pump. No,
what do you have right now,
it's
like a
probably
10
gonna
by
be more
10?
like 20 by 20. It's probably gonna be something similar to that. Like if the one I have that's actually the pump guy calling me right now. If the one I have right now is bigger than that, the pump house is bigger, and the pump's smaller.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be identical pretty much to what it is. And that's similar to what we have right now, other than the pumps aren't vertical turbine. They're horizontal and they run out of the building and then go another 10, 15 feet down. It would, let's see, let me try to send it to you guys so you can see.
I can forward it to everybody.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Don't reply so I don't constitute a serial meeting. So I'll forward this to, I have I guess more of a comment. Since this is probably going to be the biggest transfer that we've ever made out of general funds, at $522,000, when we fought for 24 months to get the transfers down. Not very happy about that. If we're gonna have to transfer that amount of money, then I would like to see some serious improvements to the golf course.
Yeah.
And not just, if you can limp your mowers along, but it really kind of, no offense, I'm gonna say it out loud, it chaps my ass. I fought for 24 months for TJ Gomez. Single-handedly, his life is ruined now. He had to move on to get our transfers down, and yet the very first year, and I'm talking to you because you're the golf course director. The very first year the city of Mountain Home takes it over, we have to transfer $522,000
Yeah.
because guess what? Just like I tried to tell everybody, for the last 18 months, great, you're going to make golf cart revenue, but guess what? You have an expense tied to it. I almost came down here at 3 o'clock in the morning yesterday to start looking at my budget book again. This really hurts my heart. Really hurts my heart that nobody could pay attention to me. When I talked about this, I knew this was going to happen, and I said it over and over. I'm sorry. But if you're going to make improvements, let's start talking real freaking improvements to this golf course, because we're raising the fees and we're not doing anything there but band-aiding everything.
Yeah,
And I'm tired of it.
I get it.
So, we'll stop now. And by the way, that transfer is in the admin budget. If you want to see, it's right here, $522,000. Okay, and we tried to get that down.
So Becky, I really do want to hear what you have to say. So show that to me, please.
It's under the admin budget, and it's not in the Excel spreadsheet. I wondered what that number was yesterday, and I just needed some time to look at it. But if you look at the golf course budget, Jenny, if you look at the total, it's 1.216244. That is the total budget without the salaries. If you include the salaries, the golf course is going to cost us $1.781027 this year. That probably does not include the raises that we've just implemented. So
So how much in the red are we gonna be? It's not covering for itself, right?
no, we
Because
have to
that was what
transfer.
was being advocated, is
Yep.
that we'll finally be in the black after all these years. But
Nope, we have to
I guess
transfer
my question is
$522,000.
how much is in the red this is creating for the taxpayer?
$522,000.
Holy shit.
Because the golf course revenues bring in historically only about 1.2 million. Doesn't include staff.
Yeah, big hold up on this.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, no, Becky, you have a point here there. I mean,
I am
100%. That's
very
insane.
mad.
Yeah, that's over $500,000.
Not only that, is I looked at our expenses and our revenue, and you know, I just questioned that we're even gonna make our new budget projections. $275 for greens fees. We're only currently at $158. So do we think we're gonna make $275,000 next year when we're currently only sitting at $158,000 in greens fees? What are we gonna do to make this work? We gotta monetize the golf course.
This is a bigger deal than just what can be resolved within this next hour and a half, I think, and with all the other groups. I have no
agree.
problem just bringing you back tomorrow. Let the other groups go on with their presentations and get through it, because this will take some time.
I'm fine with whatever you guys want to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's table golf till tomorrow.
Thanks, Jake.
Thanks, Jake.
No problem.
Thank you, Jake.
course.
Yeah, right? I think that happened
We shouldn't have
last year, too.
taken it over.
All right. Mickey.
set that one up for you.
Sorry, Miguel. Hi. I'll smile now. I won't cry at you. Sorry, Jake.
You don't need to be sorry.
Welcome. Welcome to the budget hearings, day 2.
I got in there.
I got water. You want to test it? I wish it was something else.
Okay, parks.
You do good work, Miguel.
Thank you.
You really do, yeah.
Yes, you do.
Honestly, like, I think this budget is sound, it's reasonable. The Carl Miller restroom upgrades, if you wouldn't mind just like telling us what that encompasses.
That encompasses our cook shack and obviously more restrooms combined all in one. We'll probably remove one of those buildings, whether it's the old ones or where the concession stand sits. We still got to decide that. I think location is going to be key and for safety purposes. And but yeah, they'll all combined. There'll be one foundation. It should be more economical that way. And then the impact fee will help pay for the other half of it,
Yeah.
obviously. But
Yeah.
it's probably our busiest park in town. Over 200 reservations a year.
Much
Most,
needed.
most of them are community driven. So
Big utilization at that facility. I'm very happy to see this on this year. I know that was something that had to push last year.
and that I talked to the lunch ladies that run that lunch program today, and they're pretty excited. So
Now, there's like holes in that siding, right? Like it's just kind of falling apart, so that's good. Where are the bleachers going?
the bleachers, I'd like to finish the south end of the arena at Optimus. There's some wood ones. We're old hand-me-downs from the football field. There's 3 more sections, and I'll have that end done. And then I'd like to add some additional solar lighting out there to help with that. They were pretty happy with it. Out
And
there,
then-
it's pretty dark.
On your capital outlay, you have 9,000 for equipment inventory and 22,500 for equipment upgrades. Can you elaborate on those?
9,000 kind of covers our weed eaters, blowers, things like that, smaller stuff. Is it 500 to 5,000 roughly? Anything above that's the 99. 22.5 was kind of, we upped it just in case, worst case, if we had to replace a lawnmower. They seem to be going up in price. They're anywhere from 18 to 20 grand now. But I wanted to make sure I had enough to cover that if it did go down. Engines are 3,000 or 4,000 bucks. But once you start spending that much money, you kind of got to weigh, what's better for us.
Worth it to repair or
Right, correct.
understood.
So I'm sorry if I didn't hear this because my watch is definitely going off now. Abnormal heart rate. Are you in the Carl Miller restroom upgrades? Are you doing the where the AFAD uses the cook shack? Does that include? Oh, good. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry if I missed
it'll
that.
all combine. It'll all be one area. They'll share the restrooms
Okay.
on one side, and then
So
the
the
concession
that'd be great.
area.
Yeah.
So the
okay,
plan is to
sorry.
get rid of the old bathhouse, or where they do the cooking, and then be able to put a road through there so the police can drive through there. We see some vandalism. They're
Right, and with the new building, we'll have lighting, hopefully some
Yeah.
security cameras.
Yeah. Good.
However, if it goes in its existing location potentially, not taking quite the footprint, then that would mean we demo the existing structure. So potentially the organizations would not be able to utilize it for probably a year span. Construction would be estimated right now, we're told about 6 months.
6 months. I did talk.
In the winter, try as much as you
Yes,
can.
I mean, like, we would
Yeah.
try our,
Yeah.
I say we.
I
To
did.
align.
I did talk to them this morning, and they mentioned they did have a temporary place to go till it was completed. So
Good. Okay.
they do have.
Yeah, the
an
cook
option.
shack definitely needs it.
Miguel, didn't you say that the intent would be to not demolish until the new one is put in?
Right, if we go there to the front, if we do it where the restrooms are currently, and we would leave that cook shack till we needed to, till we got it done, we wouldn't touch it.
So
Because
the-
it has refrigerators and stuff for Mayfad and.
The final location is still to be decided then, is what you're
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down with,
You have
the mayor
infrastructure, yeah.
saying? Okay.
yeah.
Well, the biggest thing I think is the summer meal program that is so needed and utilized. So we'd hate to see that displaced if we didn't have a place to move it to. So
Yeah, so,
Awesome.
like I said, they're pretty happy, they're thinking of them too. so.
And the old warming oven goes by the wayside.
Yes, and I've talked to a couple of the the cooks for AFAD, and they're gonna help me figure that stuff out. They need warmers, so we might have to buy some. They're willing to pitch in, the committee is, to buy some too, some more refrigerators as well, so.
Could probably do a fundraising effort for that too, for like a commercial, commercial kitchen stuff.
Yeah.
To be utilized.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm glad to see this on here.
Yeah, me too.
It's good.
Okay, anything else for Parks?
I think that answers all of my questions.
Okay, we'll run to cemetery. You're still there, Mickey?
Still you.
I don't have anything. A lot of people were happy we fixed the fence. I know it was hit a few times. Tree limbs, equipment, clipped it. We got some good feedback. I think it looks great. The Legion was happy as well. They got new flag holders for their ceremonies and all that. So, we didn't ask for not really anything this year, just to operate. We paid off all our equipment. Everything's running good.
Looks nice. I think it looks great.
Yeah.
I like the
Yeah.
fence.
Saul's doing great. Go ahead.
So with the fence, can you just explain like how it was deteriorating, the old fence?
But it'd been hit with the tree limbs, had taken numerous pieces of it out. There's actually a section of it we were like removing to bury, but now with some of the equipment that we were able to upgrade, we can pull equipment in there without removing the fence anymore. So that was the section on 18th Street. So it was pretty rough. Our snow equipment, blades and all that had clipped it in the past and dragged it down the
We had,
sidewalk. So
there were 2 vehicles that came off of 18th Street, and they actually damaged headstones and the fence.
that's true.
So,
So-
not just as tree branches and our own equipment.
And the Legion was using the fence poles as their flag holders, and they'd remove
Were
it
the
and put 'em back.
the metal posts, were they also rusting out? I heard. Is that?
There was a few of those
Yeah.
too. So
Thank you.
Okay, to lighten my mood, I have to say something funny. My 5-year-old, every time we drive by the cemetery, do you know what, Mom? People are dying to get in there.
Aw.
How's the new software, like the plotting stuff that went live this year? Good, saving time and energy?
I used it to find a location, and it was honestly amazing.
Sure.
It literally, I could just pull it up from the phone, and it would walk you right to the plot. It was pretty amazing.
Helping families navigate it or helping people purchase lots is pretty remarkable, considering we were pretty archaic with a large map that I was taking a picture with my cell phone and sending to somebody who wanted to buy a lot, and then trying to help them find somebody. Like, yeah, look for Daniel Brennan's headstone and he'll be able to go 2 over and that's an open one. Like, it's not a scavenger hunt anymore, so to speak. We literally can tell you this lot, this section, and send them the link, and it will walk you with your phone right to that spot. So, another kudos to Amber. She's been out there taking pictures of headstones, trying to get them uploaded onto the site for genealogy reasons and different things. So, it's been pretty awesome to work with. So, thank you.
Anything for cemetery? Okay, we'll run to community development. Thanks,
Thanks,
Mickey.
Miguel.
Thank you.
Recreation.
Yeah, it's
Oh, recreation. Sorry.
No,
Dee, come on down, bro.
I have community.
I got community development.
I have community development.
on the list is recreation.
Whatever.
Oh,
right.
okay, sorry.
Number 8.
I didn't know we were going by a list. I
Can't
thought we
do
were going by
parks
our
without
book.
rec, right, Dennis?
Sit down, Nate.
right.
No, that's,
Have a recreation tab.
Okay,
I do have one, yes.
what you guys got for Dennis?
Yep, thank you.
Done.
Solid.
Done, D. You're all good.
Just talk about the capital outlay a little bit. I had a chance to come and talk to you, but
Yes, sir.
maybe just to answer some basic questions. Pool improvement is on here for $20,000. We have a new pool, but maybe that's other things like shade structures and whatnot.
Yeah, anything that basically falls within the property there, the building, the shade structures, lights.
Good. I'm excited to see some of those shade kite kind of things.
Well, I was on the website today looking for some commercial ones, because Amazon doesn't have those.
Oh no.
No.
Tiffany's laughing. What's going on over here?
No, I don't want to be negative, and I'm not gonna keep kicking the elephant in the room, Jake, but a pump ain't cheap. Sorry. So if something happens at your pool next summer and you have to replace a pump after we're after a 1-year warranty,
Yeah.
potentially you're gonna have to buy it, and that's the line it's gonna come from.
Right.
So regardless of new or shiny, it's gonna cost you.
What's the difference between building upgrades and building improvement? Building upgrades is 15,000 and building improvements 10,000 underneath the capital outlay.
Is one for your building at Parks and Rec or one for the pool? I mean, is it just in general?
It's just in general, so I guess I would look at the improvements as, you know, if we need to go from, I don't know, if we need to put new technology in there for cameras and stuff like that, would be improving that facility. So the upgrades would be if we need to put new bathroom fixtures in because they're failing. So that's the way I would look at it.
The other thing to keep in mind is he maintains several, like the Discovery Preschool is a building he maintains outside of his own rec building. So that potentially would be something that came from there.
That
On
pool
that,
would fall under that as well,
Pool,
wouldn't it?
yeah, any of your building improvements. So pool,
So-
the actual rec building and the back room that it occupies for his adventure camp. He has storage areas around town, like that houses equipment. So
Good
he has,
council hall.
I'm sorry?
Good council hall too as well.
that has its own line.
It does
item,
have its
but-
own line, but it could fall under there if it got to that point, but that's probably going away anyway, so.
I wanted to ask about the strategic vision of, is that the name of, I'm sorry, the Good Council Hall, the St. Luke's provided building? We're on a short lifespan of that left. St. Luke's has taken it back. So, Mayor, have you and the ELT discussed any further the next step for that when we lose the building?
Yeah, we're, Dennis and myself and Tiffany went down and looked at the MEC, Mountain View Event Center down in Pocatello, and then we were able to look at, what was the other ones?
We've looked at the ICCU on-campus field house in Pocatello. We've looked at
Well, we've
a couple online
stuff that
perusing.
we've actually gotten some,
We've
I've drawn
also-
some stuff up and sent it off to different places to get some, you know, quotes of approximately what it's gonna end up costing. And so we're looking at different avenues, you know, we've gone from really tiny to really, really big. Now we're gonna probably
Get back to where maybe it's
come
something we
back
can
to
afford.
reality a little bit.
I know it's gonna be tough to afford anything, but, and I may not be here to make that decision, but I would love to avoid just a little steel shack, steel structure building, like our gym, right, training facility, something a little more exciting that we can be proud of that will last a really long time.
Well, there's a lot of things you can do with those metal buildings like you're talking about, you know, you can put a totally different front on it to give it that, you know, appearance of a, not a metal structure, you know, so.
I would say what we're shooting for is something like the MEC.
Yeah. Which is
It's
40,000.
40,000 square feet. It's, I would say probably the most attainable, or maybe we do 35,000 square feet, but I think that one's more in the field of vision of where it'll do, it had, oh my God, you could do, what was it, like 20 pickleball courts in there or something. You could do 3 basketball courts, you can do like 8 volleyball courts, you can do events in there. They actually have where they roll it out, the carpet, so you could have events in there. The Arts Council could use it for stage. They have stages that they take out and they put it all together, and you could do events of that nature as well. Right now, Dennis is working on asking some of the players to see what they're willing to donate here moving forward. I know I talked to Councilman Mahar. He's looking at asking some big donors, and we're going to keep pushing that forward.
Do you have any, did you take any photos of the MEC when you were there?
We did.
Yeah.
Can you send those out?
Yep.
And maybe the link to the MEC. I mean, it.
Have we
It has
applied,
some
do you know, for these 2 grants for Pioneer and ICCU? Have they been applied for yet, or are they just in here just for potential? Because, I
potential,
mean, they're local.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they would want to probably keep their money local.
right.
Yeah. So have you had talks with St. Luke's also?
Nothing formal, no. You know, just, in passing. You know, when they told me that we were gonna lose the building, you know, I mentioned that, you know, somewhere down the line, maybe you guys would be willing to help.
Well, because it is a
and they
big
said,
deal for
"Yeah,
them.
that'd be
Wellness
great."
is huge for them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway.
So I had a meeting with, well, not a meeting, but when they were doing the ribbon cutting for the bus, I talked to Lisa and then the chairman of the foundation about it.
Kevin?
I think so. About, hey, you know, and he was like, we're open because they wanted to finish the project they were currently doing,
Yeah, that's a big one.
to approach them after that. And then I think Councilman Harjo approached them.
I'd had some similar discussions to that, and there was no specific commitment, but definitely a willingness. So,
And
guess-
ICCU is calling us
Our money, talking about that a lot.
almost weekly, wondering, you know, what else can we sponsor? Now, I know sponsorship and donation towards the building is two different things.
Well,
but
and I mean,
it seems like they're more than willing to help out locally, so.
I know this is probably a discussion not for budget talks, but yeah, just curious.
Definitely.
Councilman Harjo, would you put that on your list for something else
Yes.
to come back to?
absolutely.
Thanks.
Dennis, line 9904, it says passenger van, 10,000 requires purchase or new lease.
We can probably scratch that off there.
Okay. Because I saw the budget didn't go up from last year, so I was curious.
No, and we were able to purchase not a new van, but a new to us van, which matches the other two that we had, minus the stand-up roof, you know, it's got the shorter roof on it, but we were able to, I had enough in my budget
So
to be able to
take that
purchase
one
that,
out?
so we could really take that out.
You taking it out because you got a bus that was unplanned for already? You truly don't need this?
It was budgeted last year.
It was budgeted last year.
So is that why the budget line numbers didn't go up? Because they stayed the same. That's why I was confused. Because the numbers are exactly the same from last year as they are this year. Coming year. But it said that you needed the 10,000. So it wasn't being reflected as going up anyway.
Right.
So you
right.
still
So
need the
it-
26,584 on 9904.
No,
So take that 26,000
that
out.
26,000 can
Got
come
it.
out of there.
Thank you. And then
They're asking, are you?
Is this the lease?
No, it doesn't come out all together.
No,
It's only
it's-
10,000 out.
Another
Yeah.
10,000 of this.
Because if you look at approved 2022, 2023.
So that's what
Okay.
she's asking.
Yeah. No,
Those are
we will
already
not.
been budgeted for, so they will carry forward to this coming year. So
Thank
it's just the 10 out.
off the 26.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So then it'd be 16,584.
Yeah, because we got to keep those payments in there.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
Paul, are you tracking that change?
I got it. Got a big old red mark on it.
Okay. And then I had another question. So first page, line 3,800. It says individual program expenses. So it says increase based on booking a 4-day trip to Yellowstone for winter activity.
Yeah.
The 2,000 would be charged to 30 customers at $675 per person. So then I noticed that your budget line went up 20,000, but if these people are paying for the trip to cover that cost, I looked on your revenue sheet and I don't see it reflected in there to off balance that or balance that out.
No. Well, and I don't.
It's pass through.
I gotta think how I'm gonna word this. On the I have to look at the revenue, but technically the revenue wouldn't offset because it wouldn't reflect right off the bat because you might not end up with 30 people going and you might not even run the program.
Right.
So the revenue would come in as the revenue comes in, and those are all just projections, but I have to find them because
No, you're right on. So the discussion was you might not run the program. So we're like, okay.
So you're still going up 20,000 just in case you run the program?
expenditure. Yeah. Now, if the revenue would come in and you do run the program, you're
You're
gonna
going to offset.
you're
it.
gonna see that revenue within the line after it being excess. If everything runs as he projects.
Right.
Right.
And
Is
so
there-
if it's one of those deals where, just like, I'll use the Whitewater trip that we've done the last several years, you know. All of a sudden, we only have 5 people that want to go on it. Well, we've projected that we were going to have 26 people, you know, so that money essentially won't be
So-
used for that
But you
whitewater
wouldn't-
trip,
You wouldn't
so
be
same
spending
thing.
the 20,000
Right.
if you didn't get the people. You're saying like, why is it not on both sides? But we're like, well, what if it doesn't even run?
The nature of recreation is just to try to get as close to even as possible. It's the same as your library and your golf.
Yeah, I just feel like it, you know, it pays for itself as it goes along, right?
Not necessarily. You try to.
So you have to capture the expenditure.
Yeah.
Some
That is the
some more
critical
so than
percent.
others, right? And some are running the negative, unfortunately. But
And that's
yeah,
why-
that's the goal. The goal of the department is to get as close to black and even as possible at an affordable rate for our citizens
So
to
if this
participate.
program didn't run, then we would see the reflection of it next year as it being a.
Potentially, he could say, "Hey, I'm going to take everyone to Hell's Canyon because that's the high dollar interest, and I'm going to run 2 trips now, and I stay within my budget line, but I'm running a different recreational opportunity." Does that make sense? He's not just necessarily. He's trying to walk into Yellowstone.
Right.
Sorry.
No, that's,
I think that's fair. Like if you change the trip, that's fine. It still should act like a pass-through line. But if you don't run any trips, then I would expect that 20,000 rolls over.
Yeah.
And if you want to
Exactly.
if you want to totally put it on a whole different line, then you send us that memo
right.
for that request.
Okay.
That's citywide.
Yeah.
We're not just frivolously spending it.
Those are all my questions.
Anything else for Dee? All right, Dennis.
Great otherwise.
You're my hero.
Thanks, Dennis.
Hold on.
Thank you.
One quick thing.
Yep.
Dennis, I talked to you really quick about the adventure camp, and
Yes.
we ran some calculations on numbers. I forget what line it is. I don't have it in front of me right now.
3810.
3810. Based on the income from the participants in the program, you're asking for a 5,000 increase, but didn't we calculated it where maybe you needed a little more because of?
No, I don't think,
staff
I don't think I'm gonna need more. Based off of my last 2 years of what I've budgeted, 5,000 is gonna be adequate for what I will need for this next year.
With the price increases?
I won't go with a price increase on the adventure camp itself, like you and I talked about. I will remain at 129. After I started doing some more figuring and whatnot, I looked at it and said, I don't need to increase the number that I'm charging
Okay.
the public or the community members.
Your five, let me see.
So I think what,
5,000 increase will simply be to cover the increased
Right.
cost that you're being charged by the vendors.
Right.
You're taking the kids.
so what did I figure yesterday or a couple days ago was 33.5 is
Yeah.
what we're bringing in basically from the adventure camp. Then I'm paying $129 per person per week, 10 weeks worth. And so it comes in about 33.5 and some change. And so what was I running already?
15.
15,000, and I'm just barely, probably be a couple to $100 over this year. And so increasing it to $5,000, it's not, I mean, we're still bringing in more than what we're spending out there, so.
Alright.
That,
Yeah,
your
and then
question?
The part-time help that you have to hire, that's in another spot, but
Right.
you've accounted for
I've
that.
accounted for that, yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All right.
You're halfway through the summer right now.
Yeah, I'm halfway through the summer, and I'm,
As of June 30th, there's $10,400 left in the line.
Okay.
So,
in my adventure camp
camp
line.
yes.
Yeah. But we had some big expenses this last week.
Yeah, this is just June 30, so
Yeah.
we still got 6 weeks left to capture in there, but
Thank you.
Thanks, Dennis.
Yeah, thank you.
I forgot military affairs. We doing that one?
yeah, are they hanging out back there?
They are.
I can't see behind me, so.
Come on down, ladies. You want to grab a chair for Connie and Des?
Wait, Connie and Des sit up for themselves. Thanks, Dennis. Yes?
I have bits and pieces You guys want to see?
Is there enough?
Yeah, should be. Yeah, there's more than that.
Okay, thank you, Connie.
So there's just a little rundown about what we do, why we do it, just for clarity. Okay.
All right, the floor is yours, ladies.
All right. We were hoping for the grant that was allocated, the money that was allocated for the military liaison position, to be given to MAC so we could facilitate something similar. Do you want me to run down with what MAC does first? Just
Sure.
Okay. So in recent year and a half, we were members of a subcommittee of the Chamber of Commerce, and we have split away from that and created our own 501c3. So we are a nonprofit entity, and we kind of we're dedicated to promoting strength, growth, and the success of the Mountain Home Air Force Base, and how that is in relation to the community here. So we're the sort of the civilian voice for that, and so we do that with lots of work with local, state, and national leaders. We are also organized a lot of. We created task forces over the last year, so we kind of target housing, education, childcare, healthcare, and employment, spousal employment. And we work with those subject matter leaders on base, with also subject matter leaders of the community, and how we can take on those subjects to better all of us across the board. And that's proving very successful. We've this year we did an off-base job fair. In the past, they've had a very, very low turnout with that because folks would have to go onto base, and there's a lot of red tape in getting those jobs. Brought that out to the Hampton, and we had 22 job seekers, and about the same as far as employers looking for employment. So that was one of the ways that task force kind of took on that challenge. Our child care task force, we've created 2 grants of $500 each to be given to child care providers here in town that will, it's for training, staff training, or security measures that they might need to improve in their facilities. And so that's new and exciting, and we're advertising those grants now to be taken up by our local child care providers. So we've also participate in with the education liaison out there with the military base, have organized some high fives for good vibes, and so the membership actively participates in those, at going out and greeting the children and boosting morale and excitement. So we love doing those, and we bop around all the schools to get those taken care of. Healthcare is a little bit more of a slower burn, but there's some really good initiatives that the St. Luke's or Desert Sage are providing, and so we advertise those to where some of the military folks and the community can seek out some mental health facility and help with that, and so those are really exciting. Housing is a little bit more of a slow burn, as we know, so we're still chipping away at all of that. We do the national advocacy. We use the military liaison for that, for like opening those doors, setting the agenda, getting in with the right folks that we need to. But MAC attends that as well, and so we're there for a lot of those meetings, and that's with the Pentagon, that's with Washington D.C., that's with Capitol Hill, and so we want to keep that momentum going because they really, really listen when Mountain Home comes, and so they always clear their schedules and make sure that we attend those, and with the ACC and Department of Defense. We want to keep that role as having a military liaison, but we also want to utilize that money for attending some of those larger conferences. So ACC and the defense community do some big conferences through the year. I believe there's 2 that we really want to be a part of. We want to make sure that the MAC president, whoever that is, and the business development director attend those, so that we have a good presence there and that we keep that that continuity. That's another new point. We hired we now have staff. So we have a business development director, that is Desiree. She's doing a fantastic job. It's a part-time position, but you would think she's full-time and a half. So she's taking it by the teeth, and she's really, really moving that forward really, really well. So we want to let you guys know that we are fully committed going forward in everything that we will do, that we hired staff, that we have started our nonprofit status. We have very ambitious membership goals and our budget, and this is the first year since 2013 that we have met and exceeded those goals, so we're working well ahead of where we ever thought we would be, and which is phenomenal. We've structured ourselves to have sponsorship so that we're now in the corporate sponsorship arena. And we have some big players coming on board to be a part of what we're doing because they really see the value in that. We've been awarded our first grant from the Idaho National Lab, and we're looking forward to more of those. And those are pretty exciting in what they're allowing us to do. We want more visibility within the city, the community, and the base. And we're getting that notoriety there with what we're doing and what we're achieving. We're working on implementing the hometown heroes with the banners downtown here in the city, and so we're pushing hard with that. We're involved now in AFAD with organizing the volleyball tournament and taking some of that off there, but we want to have a strong presence so people understand what we're doing and why we're doing that there. And then, of course, we do our biannual socials so that people can feel a little more comfortable in a space to ask questions and figure out everything that we're doing. Okay, so I'm happy to answer questions about what we're doing and what we do with that. We do ask that if we're successful to that, we have some clear instructions for what kind of reporting structure you would want, how often you'd want to hear from MAC, and accountability.
I guess my only question is, I wasn't clear, are you guys hired? I guess, tell us what the plan is.
So right now, I wanted to see what the council wanted to do with that position. I think the military liaison is something that's, for me, it was something that freed up time that I didn't have to go out to the base every other day and meet with the colonels and all that. I think that position is warranted and needed, but if the MAC is willing to help participate, we share that duty or that load. I don't know what it looks, honestly, I can't tell you what it looks like moving forward.
I guess my question is, are we giving this money to Military Affairs Committee?
Our vision is to give it to the Military Affairs Committee,
And then you guys
we
do
will
the
hire
hiring and the
liaisons.
facilitating
Yeah.
and the taxes and
Yeah.
the fringe benefits and everything else.
The experience and the knowledge that person has to have is a pretty
Yes.
particular person, so we need to make sure that we get them at the right level.
Okay.
And that said person will give all the reports to this body.
Yeah, the MAC will. The MAC will bring it forward.
The liaison himself won't,
Or she.
or she?
Nor she. Yeah. No, they won't. They'll do that through the MAC so that we have that continuity and you get it.
So if we're paying for that position, we can't hear from that person directly?
Well, you're giving it to the MAC to do all the MAC things, and then the liaison comes out of that money. So that the money will also be allocated for these conferences as well, so that we have those presence to bring back that information from those conferences.
And I mean,
So the line item on here, the $46,000 is more than a salary. It's
We want to
conferences
structure it
and-
so that it will be able to cover both.
Conferences and salaries
Yeah.
and a
Yeah.
lot of things.
Yeah.
Okay.
What were you gonna say, Des?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, this is new for us as well, and I think it's gonna be a work in progress, but we really just want you guys to know that we're here to be a partner in this, because we do believe it's super important. So if, the requirement is for the military liaison, if there's a meeting that, there are questions, I think, would support them coming to have a discussion as well. But we are also trying to get buy-in from our board to be super active as volunteers, because we think the volunteer piece of it and learning more about MAC and what all goes into MAC is important, so.
So yesterday I made a statement with all the other civil groups that we discussed, is that what I wanted to see is, like, if I'm going to give Arts Council the 7,000 that they're requesting, that they provide a proof that they have fundraised to match that 7,000. So I see the efforts on both sides, right?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of my wish for whatever amount that's on here for any of these groups, is that they have documentation. This is what we have fundraised. The other thing is half of these groups come with really good budget line items. This is where the money's being allocated, and the other half, I don't have anything. And so, again, this it sounds amazing, but I would like to see line item where the money would be going exactly.
Absolutely. We've got great books.
Yeah. And we haven't set our budget for next year yet. We typically start doing that in September timeframe. This was kind of a, we weren't completely, we didn't know, it's our first time. we didn't know what we were bringing in, but we start our budget process and would be happy to provide that.
Yeah, we have 2024, you know, and that was when we changed over and became a 501c3. We have those books if you wanted to see them.
So would the council prefer, instead of it saying military liaison, just have a new GL line beneath that now says military affairs committee?
Yes.
So your liaison ended in that year, this year, and then the new, we'd have a new GL, and it would just say military affairs.
I think to keep it cleaner, because it's a little bit unclear,
Yeah, you don't wanna
because
just change
we've,
it.
historically, we have paid and we have hired the military liaison, and now this is just gonna be a different process.
Right.
I think regardless, I mean, it's a much needed, whether we keep the expense and the hiring or you guys do, it's much needed position. We've had it in our community, I don't know, 25 years at least. We've had a military liaison person. Yeah.
I think, and I can't agree with Councilman Garvey more. When this city and the military, or the MAC, goes back to Washington D.C., they listen. I will say this, and not to say disparaging comments of any other MAC, but ours gets awarded meetings where others don't. We go as a group of 4, not 16 like others. And we get into those rooms and we cuss and discuss those serious items that is affecting all bases, whether it's ours, whether it's all the bases across the nation. So I'm advocating. This is new. This could be new.
Yeah.
So I'm advocating, like, maybe if you feel more comfortable, like, 1, changing the name on your line item, and then 2, maybe do it in quarterly increments. And then if you feel more comfortable at that direction, they submit, here you go, I don't know. Or if you feel comfortable giving them the full freight, that's totally up to this body. But regardless, I definitely believe that the MAC is something that is definitely needed.
What about, and this is just very preliminary discussion, high level, what about instead of a quarterly, so that they can budget, right? Because if we are only going to give it to them quarterly, then they can't fully count on it. What about, just so that the body feels better with the amount of money that's being given, when you guys sit down, obviously pending that we approve this, you kind of give us more of an outline. Okay, what is the military liaison portion going to look like? And then what's the school? I think that's the big ask from, like, how's it going to be broken down from you guys? And, like, the military liaison, is it going to be a full-time position? That kind of gives us an idea going forward too. But, I think the biggest thing is this, you guys keep us off the BRAC list. Like, I think that's the biggest thing that we cannot forget about, because that's an ugly fight.
Yeah. And we listed on here some of the wins and accomplishments that MAC has had through the years. And when we were researching this and pulling them together, it's amazing. And we didn't do it alone. We have stood on the shoulders of some pretty great people. But what they've been able to do over the years has been pretty amazing, and made some real differences that we're still feeling today. So it's amazing. Yeah.
I do want to say thank you about what you says. What we need from you is clear explanation of expectations and reporting structure. The communication's huge with us council, so we can actually make sound decisions on what we're doing with the taxpayers' money. And so by you reporting to us exactly line items, or this is like the outcomes or the wins or whatever, that's what I'm asking for. Because I actually, I think Matt does great things. It's just the whole communication thing of reporting to us as a body.
Yeah, and we keep our doors open. We would love for you guys to come into our board meetings. You know, they're every, what are they, third Thursday of the month. And so we really want you to come and see how we get this, how we do what we do.
I just want to say thank you ladies, for all the work you do and time, both of you, to this committee.
And putting this together on fairly short notice as we progress through.
Wouldn't have
The
missed it for
admin
the
budget,
world. I
so,
appreciate it.
yeah.
I'm not ready to say a number yet until I can see what you guys will do with that number. So, or what you're asking for exactly.
So is there a time frame that you would like to have that number by, to be
Come back
realistic?
tomorrow.
Yeah, Thursday.
Tomorrow?
That's what I'm thinking.
Thursday's my drop dead date.
Yeah.
Okay, we can put something together.
Even if that's something that could just be emailed.
Emailed,
over,
yeah, right.
That'd be
Yeah.
acceptable.
We can do that.
Is the number, is it sufficeable to say that that's the number if they send you their stuff? Because she needs a line item to put in there. So just hold it at that for right now, then you guys can,
I would like it held as a
Discuss.
placeholder,
Okay.
and then I want to see what your numbers look like.
Last time we kind of had a big meeting, didn't Alan Berman Solo come in and say, you know, with our strategic plan, if you were going to fund that position in the future, that you would prepare for that and come up with the money through your own organization?
Yes, and we have started, our budget, I would be happy to send it over for this year for what we've been able to accomplish as our first year as a 501c3. Budgeting for that line item without the help and partnership of the city would be hard in the near future, just because we are still in the baby growing stages of the new MAC, if you will. But yes.
I can appreciate the small steps.
Yeah.
But when we start at the giant leap, the number's never going to go down for us.
Yeah.
It just won't.
Right.
True.
And
I think it might take away from where we were going with the help. All of our task forces and things that we've been working with that. So if we were to have to use our own budgets, it just mean that some of that stuff might not make the momentum that we were
Right.
hoping for.
I think there's other opportunities for fundraising or donations or whatnot, but in this, I'm going to make a comment to the mayor's question here, and it's not about you two or the organization at all, but I'm done with the civic support of our budget, because we're over $138,000 now handing out to other organizations. Sorry, $131,000 to other organizations, not including like the building upgrades and repairs that fall on our shoulders as our buildings. But I don't think that's responsible government to hand out so much money on an annual basis for our hardworking citizens that are paying taxes. I've stood on that for the last several years, and to get yet another request for the biggest yet, even over the public transit system, I'm not going to support it.
And to keep in mind too, with that, it's where do you turn the faucet off? There's people in this room that have 501c3s. There's nothing to stop them from coming up and saying, hey, you just gave it to this 501c3. This is what I'm doing. This is what I fundraise. Will you match me? You could have churches. You could have any 501c3 come in and say, this is what I've done for the community. We're making this community a better place. So I agree with his statement as well. Where do you cap that off, right? So, yeah, but that's why I just want to see where your numbers are at. So.
I'm okay to put the current number.
it's just a placeholder until tomorrow.
Until tomorrow, well, I don't need it. I don't need to write it if it's gonna change tomorrow.
Just keep.
I think the important thing that we all need to realize too with this money is we've had a military liaison on the city's budget for a very long time. So if it bothers you that we're giving it to another group, realize that we've still been paying for this person. We've had we've had Billy Ritchie for 20 years, and then we had Marty for however many years. Like, this is not just money that we're just asking for that wasn't already in our budget historically. I think what bothers you guys is that it's being given to another organization as if they're asking for more money. But I think the other thing too that is important to note that, and again, do I see it happening? I don't know. But what it would do, what $50,000, we're talking $48,000 or $46,000. If we did not offer that money, what the cost to our community and to our citizens, if we lost our Air Force Base, would be detrimental to our city. We would have nothing. I mean, we would be a ghost town. So I think that's important.
I appreciate you adding that, because that's what I was about to say, was that we're not a feel-good charity organization. That we're trying to, we set up ourselves as a 501c3 to meet some requirements to allow us to do some of the things that we needed to do, and get awarded grants and things like that. But it impacts our economic bottom line. It's over $900 million for the state of Idaho, concentrated in Elmore County. So I just want to put that out there, that people say, oh, the base is never going to go away, but we've seen some declines, we've seen some changes, we've heard the talks in DC, and so we just want to make sure that we never get close to that happening.
And I agree with Councilwoman Garvey. The budgeted amount, as we see in the military liaison line now, would persist if we had decided to keep an in-house contractor in that sense. And the shift, be it what it is, the MAC taking on that role with more bodies and more opportunity for growth amongst that effort of ensuring that Mountain Home Air Force Base is successful and maintains its presence, if not increases its presence, right? So I agree with you, Councilwoman Garvey. The amount has been budgeted. It has been commonplace for decades. How we're utilizing it is just shifting a smidge.
Well, what's the real reason it's shifting? Rather than us, if we're spending the same amount of money, why don't we maintain control?
In addition to, back in 22, it was at 39,000, right? So it's gone up every year.
As everybody else's pay has too.
Well, yeah, but not if you take the pay away now. If you look at it as a committee, that's why I just want to see what you can do with numbers. You can kind of feel where some of us are leaning towards. So I just want to see. I'm putting the ball in your court. You may come and say we need 10,000. You may come and say we need 100,000. I don't know. I just want to see what you say.
Thank you, ladies.
Appreciate it.
That'll be back tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want them? They're coming back tomorrow? Can you come back tomorrow?
If you can't, you can email us.
Is an email okay?
Yeah.
Emails.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I have that coming back tomorrow and museum support.
And what was the other one?
Museum.
Museum support and golf.
Golf has not gone away.
So what's the next one on our list?
Community development.
Community development.
You'd be flipping backwards.
Yeah, now we're going backwards. Whoever made this list. Oh, Paula. How dare you go out of order?
I worked really hard to get easier.
It worked.
Hank, how we doing, buddy? Doing great. Fabulous. Ready to go. All right, Council, what do you got for Hank?
All I have for Hank, really, and it's more probably for you, Mayor. What's our economic development department? Are we ever gonna get that back? Are we gonna
Yes.
work
So
on it?
we were supposed to send you guys the 3 applicants. Just let you know that we had 3. Well, we had more than that. We narrowed it down to 3. We picked one, and he was supposed to come and or not him, but we were supposed to have him Tuesday, but he couldn't make it because he took his family on a trip. So it'll be the 12th.
And will that fall under Hank's department? Will that fall under you, Hank?
Yes.
Hank's like, what?
Well, it won't fall under him. it's under his budget though.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right, but the budget.
The salary.
Yes.
About the
So it's in your budget then?
Sounds like it.
Okay. That was my question. That was all I had for you.
I think I have some stuff.
Okay.
So on page 1, 3100. So you said here in your reasoning for postage increase based on usage and postage increase. Makes sense. But then on 3300, 3700, you said for gas and oil and repairs and maintenance auto increase
Those
based.
were me. Those weren't Hank. I probably copied
I think that
and
just might be
pasted.
copy and pasting.
Okay, so can we have the real reason why they're going up on those two then?
Developers.
For gas.
Yeah, increase in usage.
So gas and oil would be for.
Yeah, postage really wouldn't take effect.
No, those were, I'm sorry, I just copy and paste. Sorry.
So okay, so explain then.
Well, gas and oil would be usage.
Usage, okay.
So
And
it
we
was
have a-
negative last year, and you have now 4 bodies driving around. the
And we would have the
community.
vehicles.
Okay, that's all I'm asking. Yeah,
rather than
why is it going up? And then for 3700 for repairs, maintenance, and auto went up 1,000. Just
That's
Yeah, we have,
It's
we have another vehicle as well,
Yeah.
so.
well, at least you know I read the budget book.
Yeah.
More
If you tell me
vehicles.
beforehand when you get in here, I'll send you corrected sheets.
Okay.
That way we don't have to kind of call people out. I'll just give it to you.
between Hank and Ted and the staff. Obviously, the cost of oil and vehicle repairs and everything.
More vehicles,
goes
more
up.
people,
Yeah.
and vehicles. And then on 9910, on page 2, it says needed for equipment replacement purchase. What equipment?
So those are bigger expenditures. So I think that one falls under computers and things like that. Just when you need bigger, better stuff, that's over that 500, right?
You have bigger and better.
I guess.
It's between 500 and 5,000, so sometimes the office chair
Oh, yeah.
needs to be replaced,
A desk.
or a desk
Yeah.
needs to be replaced. That's what. It's
So, like,
more
in the office.
inventory and less an asset.
Gotcha.
Well, it could be a ladder.
Yeah.
Say, for instance, one day Hank
True.
needs a 7-story ladder.
Sure.
He's gonna have to buy that.
Yeah.
So we didn't put that in the budget last year, it looked like, because it's crossed.
Oh, the current, no, he didn't need anything this year. He's like, no, I'm good, but, so he's not replaced any equipment this year. But because of that, he's like, I may have to do something next year, because now I'm 2 years of not replacing.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And don't you wish you could pay for your gas with postage?
That'd be awesome.
Not when it's all certified at $9.
That's crazy.
I got recreation.
So crazy.
It
skipped
jumped, yeah.
Oh, geez, that's
now-
right. I'm sorry.
Way to go.
Anything else for Hank?
One quick question, the utilization of Civic Plus, what module does that?
You want me to run it there?
I would love that.
I mean, this is our Civic Plus expert right here,
Chris
so.
laughs. So, well, you all better log in because your council packet's coming by Civic Plus. So we've done the council packets. That's completely out and live. And then the intention is to phase away from our Open Gov that we're currently doing all our permitting in and get to a Civic Plus community portal, which then people don't have to have a username and log into to do their building permits. Hank can track them. They go over to water, wastewater, and everything is still in the, what is the right word? Workflow. Thank you. And we are able to run all our licensings out of that as well. So
I'm happy
it'll
to
all
hear
be
that.
one big platform. Yep.
Awesome, thank you.
Shared costs.
And will that work with the new system, whatever we get for the?
Well, the clerk software, the agenda management that we already have, through YouTube, we have the upgraded switch, so we should be able to upload our YouTube channel to that after we're done recording. They won't be live through Civic Plus, but the
It'll still be
intention-
live on YouTube, but
So, yes,
Civic Plus portion.
if you're a public user on the exterior face of the website, you should be able to see right now your agenda packet, your agenda, and then once the packet has been redacted by staff, it will be uploaded online, and then after the video feed is done, probably will be the following day, that can be uploaded as well. So you'd
Awesome.
have 3 icons that you can click and choose from that would all land in special city council budget meeting July 16th.
I love the continuity.
Yeah,
It's
I've
gonna be awesome.
opened it.
Good job, thanks.
Thanks. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for my printed packet.
Come in.
All right, anything else for Hank?
Thanks, Hank.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Hank.
Hank.
So is the next one fire?
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't yell that in a public building.
I love it.
I know.
Just call me out some more. It's the best ever.
Chief, how we doing, brother?
Good, sir.
Was it this? Is something else?
Okay, what you guys got for chief?
Your capital outlay, wow. That's a big jump. I guess just explain it then, all your capital outlays, because that's quite a bit, significant jump.
Sure. You want me to go through all the capital outlay information?
Yes, please. 9,900.
Then on the 9,900, what we have there is we have a training tower addition. And that would be there below that in 9910. There's or 99. Where is that? Yeah, in 9,900. There's also the fire facilities training tower that's on there at 300,000. The beer budget one is the $8,000 for CCAN that we take over and put at our existing training facility.
Beating the cheap one.
That's champagne down there on the bottom. A thermal imager for $8,000, and by refurbishing the engine, we have in our apparatus replacement program a program that I'd like to get implemented for. It's a 2 to 3 year project, I estimate, and get 2 of our older engines refurbished versus buying new. Estimate the cost of those to run at most $250,000 each. That's kind of a ballpark guess, but that would allow us to have the use of those engines for an additional 8 to 10 years with good service life. So you're aware, the NFPA standards is frontline engines are based off of a 15-year standard, and second engine would be based off of 20 years, and then reserve after that. So that keeps everything, our firefighting equipment, safe, usable, and I think a tremendous savings. I would estimate easily over $1 million savings on that thing by refurbishing those engines. We have 3 engines that are currently 2005, so they're currently sitting at 20 years now. So that is the figure for that. On the firefighter facility thing, that is on there with that is the training facility. It's a 4-story facility. We currently have, with our multiple family dwellings that we have here, we've got 3-story structures. We do not have anything prior to this current building. We don't have anything in this town that is that tall that we actively train on or are able to train on. What we've been doing in the interim is we've been able to go over why these buildings are under construction and getting that. But that is just to get the department familiar with advancing hose lines and all the tactics that go with those structures. But it's a training that has to be a recurring training over a long period of time. That's why a 4-story structure would be the ideal thing to do.
Chief, I had some questions to follow up with that.
Sure.
In addition to the engine refurbishing, you want to do 2 of them. Each one's $250, but in your capital improvement plan, you also have a line in there for purchasing a new engine as well, right? That goes out like 7 years or something.
Right, it's set in there at 2030 on the capital RCIP for a new engine at that point in time, because by that time, I think our 3rd engine at 2005 is going to be something that will not have the value to do the refurbishing on. And just so you know, the repairs on these things, they're starting to mount. I had engine 10 this year was in and had work done on that that equaled over $8,000 on just a single engine. So we have 4 engines and a tower. So they're expensive to maintain and operate.
I'll be the first to admit I struggle understanding the standards, like the NFPA standards. When you say a frontline engine is good for 15 years,
Right.
these 2 engines here that you want to refurbish are like 20 years old. Is that right?
Correct. They are as of this year.
And so refurbishing them will keep them as a secondary attack vehicle. Is that?
No, it won't keep them as a secondary attack vehicle, but what it will make them is it'll make them, this is a fairly common thing that people are doing, municipalities are doing because of the cost of the engine. They're pushing over $1 million each now. By the time this come through, it probably 1.5. But what is required of these engines is they have to pass pump tests and they have to be serviceable. So they've got to start, run, get there, and do it safely. But the most important piece of equipment on an engine is the pump and the pump capacity.
So with the refurbishment, what rank does that engine fall in when it's complete? Is it like does it fall into that first line attack engine, or is it still a secondary or beyond?
No, it would certainly fall into the front line capacity for the refurbishment. But again, and that's why the NFPA standards, that's what they are. They're just standards, they're guidelines. But that is the industry guideline. So, if you think in terms of lawsuits or anything like that, God forbid you had an issue, that's one of the first things they're going to come and look at. Where are you at with your engines? Where are you at with your services? Where are you at with all that stuff? They'll look at that stuff.
Okay.
With our ISRB rating and stuff, it doesn't have an effect on it as long as everything passes their pump test and they have that, and you've got records of service on them, which we do.
So it keeps it as the first line attack engine.
Correct.
Okay.
And also, in addition to that, we have the big advantage with these things is we bought these engines new. We've had them, we've serviced them, we know their history, we know everything about them. Currently, we data that I pull up, we don't put more than 1,000 miles on an engine in a year's time. So it's not like we're running the tires off these things. They're good, solid engines, but we just have to make sure that they go through, so we're not being nickel and dimed and they perform the way they need to perform, and they perform at factory specs. We're not looking at aftermarket parts going in and coupled up. This is going to be this refurbishment is going to take place right over in Boise at Hughes Equipment that services our vehicles now, and also works and sells Pierce equipment, which our engines are Pierce.
Okay. And then the bottom Champagne budget item,
Right.
We had a frank conversation about that, and I guess it's kind of my long-term goal is to get you some land for a station that your firefighters can live or sleep in, right, for their shifts. And you've been doing a lot of work for trying to find the possibility of refurbishing your current station for that purpose. But as we've all identified, the town is growing south, and we need something else down there for a quick response. And you mentioned that there's other cities, maybe like Meridian, that allow other agencies or departments to come in and train on their 3 or 4 story tower facilities if you schedule it out. Is that right?
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. That is correct. I mean, certainly in the fire service, that's something that we can get scheduled. Now, is that really, that's something that we can do, and certainly we could do, but not on a regular basis. We'd have to schedule. We were putting people out of town, or reducing our force, and so forth there. That's why the upper one, I won't say beer budget again, is something that I would say in lieu of, we would have something. It's certainly better than nothing. It fits in with the equipment that we've got already down there, and it's something that we could have until these other things come to fruition.
Then, and I'm not trying to call anybody out or anything like that, but would you prefer to have a land acquisition for a different fire station over a training tower, like for this budget here?
Yes, I definitely would. I mean, my priorities are going to be with anything that's life safety, and then naturally what our response is, what our service rate is to our community.
Yeah. I think we owe it to the citizens to start planning ahead. All of this is planning ahead. I get that, but to find some land that we can build on, because we don't own any right now that meets the needs where we need it at. And I would encourage the council to scratch that item and put it towards a land acquisition line for your department.
Chief, what kind of requirements would you have for land? Does that need to be main thoroughfare frontage, acreage wise estimate? Like, can you help us understand what those
location,
needs are?
location, for sure. The places where you have a main thoroughfare, you're able to get in and out of traffic reasonably quick. So a light location is good, that you could trip with your Opticom and get you out of and onto the thoroughfares quicker. So yes, you can be down somewhat down a corridor. Say for instance, if it was where the Parks and Rec building is, or Station 3, if there was something there in that corridor, that would be something that I think would be serviceable for the south west end of town, that we'd be able to respond to, and also up into our industrial, because eventually the whole purpose of the building would be looking at the staffing model of having at least a combination department. So you'd have staff that would be there.
There is some land right next door to Station 3.
I was gonna say the wheat patch over there where the old movie
Where the
theater
movie
is.
theater used to be.
Hank not even listening to me.
Yeah, and we have identified different properties around that are here. Everything that is in our impact fee monies that we've got there, I'm not even thinking about spending any money, because the priority is certainly, in my estimation, is the fire station and where it's going to be located. That is the priority for the impact fee, certainly.
Appreciate that.
I agree with you, Councilman Brennan. The focus of new facility and just that coincidental aspect that impact fees can be used to allocate to that growth. You know, if things are structured in an appropriate manner, the citizenry deserve safety in that sense, and this is a big factor of that. I would definitely support a shift to look at acquiring land.
So keep it in there, but just change it to land.
Yeah, be my request.
Council, you good with that?
Chief, I am not familiar, I'm not subject matter expert on this. But when I hear a request from a fire chief or a police chief that says we need to train on this equipment, I respect that. You're the person that needs to be able to make sure that your firefighters go in and come out safely, right? And to protect the citizens. So I guess my ask of you is twofold here. Is there something that's a little bit less expensive? Obviously, it's probably very specific, right? There's probably not a lot of companies out there that build fire training towers. Furthermore, is it something that you feel is very important and vital to the safety, of your firemen and women and our community, versus land acquisition? Because I just want to hear from you on that.
No,
So
I
that's a little
appreciate
long-winded,
that.
I apologize.
I appreciate that. I mean, given our circumstances and given our growth and given where we're at with our impact fees and bringing these all in an ideal world with this, I would like to see a fire station in conjunction with a training facility on that location. That would be ideal.
Okay.
Currently, we're fortunate enough to have a training facility that we have over there. My ask in lieu of that would be, that was my ideal. In lieu of that, I would like to see a training facility that we could set up over here and replicate a 4-story deal. Easy enough. I've got photographs of in here where people do it and have done it, and it's something we could work with, I think, the community and get us through for the next couple 3 years easily enough, and we'll be able to train. I would be comfortable with that.
Okay, so I think we're all in agreement of keeping this $300,000 in the budget. It's just a matter of how it's going to be utilized then, and you can find something else to train your guys on in the meantime.
if the budget is approved with this, with the training tower at that $8,000, and
Okay.
right.
Then I'm, let's find some land for City Hall too. Just bulldoze something over.
And Chief, on that, you talked about 5 acres was ideal for you, and that's not just for a fire station. That's for the multi-purpose use that you just told Councilwoman Garvey, right? For a training facility as well in the future.
Correct. I did after our conversation, I did go back and looked at land space, recommended land space for this on the particular training tower that I have here in the budget. That would be, their recommendation is an acre of ground for that.
For the training.
For the training tower. So I would say for a pull-through station, the ideal station and everything, I would think that we would probably be better at no less than 2.5, probably 3 ideal acres.
Okay. Thank you. Is that an agreement to change that line to, no?
No, I'm going to get myself in trouble. We're not at fiber optics yet. There's a big amount in fiber optics that I would like to pull and give it to you for everything you need, okay? That to me is more important than another LED for that.
So fiber optics is enterprise funds.
Yeah.
Okay, is it? So I can't get to the 1.5 million for LED too?
That is distinctly separate funding.
So that, all right. I'm willing to look at other budgets to pull from to give what you need. I think that's important. If we're growing, you have to have more fire support, right? Location. So I want to give what you need. I don't want to put up some training facility and then a year or two later, then you have to build it or move it or whatever again. That's a waste of funds. Do it all at once.
Mayor, Council.
It's open.
To Councilwoman
Workla.
Workla, to be frank, none of the city staff want to do that either. So that is not our intention ever, is to spend funds to build a facility to then move in 5 years. Like we don't have the funding, and that is not our mindset as far as anybody sitting with or behind us. So please understand that we're sitting on the same side of the fence.
Right.
That's the last thing we want to do.
And I didn't blame anyone. I'm just saying I heard his request, and
Right.
it seems very important. And that's where my priority is safety, streets, infrastructure, right? So,
No, and I appreciate that a great deal, but again, I think that given our situation and given our growth, given where we're at with our impact fees and time stretched, I need something to train our department on sooner than later.
sure.
So this, although it is a temporary thing, not the most attractive thing, is something that could suffice and work for us, so we can get repetitions on that, on those heights.
So you plan to utilize your impact fee money for your new station, right?
Yes.
Do you
that's
have
my-
enough impact money for your new station?
No. It's currently
How
no.
short are you? Like, what do you need?
Last check on that thing, in our impact fee, we were just slightly north of 500,000.
Still needed?
No, that's
What
just.
That's what we have in
Okay.
there.
Right.
Okay, I think to bring this back on track with what the chief is asking for, do we even have any thought of any acreage? Again, I would hate to set this money aside and let it sit for a year and not be utilized in a pie in the sky idea that we're gonna find some acreage tomorrow that he can buy for $300,000. I mean, land is expensive, especially in city limits. It's very expensive, and we're talking maybe even an acre is $300,000. So I hate to just set this money aside without a plan.
Could we leave it in as land and tower, and then if he finds a piece of ground, he comes back to the council, says, hey, this is what I found?
You would have to.
Well, right, but, to just label it as both for the one-off? For
For audit purposes, is that?
I don't know. Like, no
That's
matter
not very
what,
clean.
for us to
Yeah.
acquire land, it would come back.
Yeah.
It would come back to you guys anyways for a
Yeah.
vote, no matter how it was
Yes.
worded in there.
Well, we brought up the land issue, really, I guess, not you. But so so you want your tower? I mean, is that what we're asking for, the 300,000? You want your tower, and then figure out the land later? Is that what? I'm just.
No, I'm thinking, what my thoughts are is that, and the ideal thing would be to have another station. Now, keep also in mind that working through the impact fee committee, I know their advisory board, but I know that they're leaning pretty heavy towards doing something with our current station. We currently have gone through having that assessed, and we're looking at that to see what capabilities we have with our current station over here. Honestly, I don't think that that's something that's going to work for us. I think that would be a workaround, but we have to do something, because and this is not critical. We're not critical or anything like that. But if we're planning for the future, which we are in steps, we've got to plan for a different staffing model than we have now. I still see 100% with paid on call support, but I think that we're going to get to the point where we, in the next few years, where we're going to have the station manned 24/7.
But I think it's also important that we realize and remember that if we do build a new fire station, we're probably gonna have to bond for it. Like, it's not something, we don't have the money. So even if we start rat holing 300 here, we're still gonna have to go and get a loan and or bond for it. It's not something we can afford to just do. So, in this budget, and rather than derailing the 25-26 budget, let's give him the tower, but obviously know that it's on the radar of looking for land. Like, anybody got any suggestions? Where's the land that we're gonna find? Because I drive around this town all the time and I don't see a lot of land available. So
The location of land needs to be under executive session.
I'm not asking for anybody. I'm hypothetically saying that before we decide this, because we are gonna have to bond for this anyway.
Or
We're not gonna be able to
build
pay
funds.
cash for it.
Build funds are possibilities.
Or creatively, you have the developer who builds on the south end of town
Donate some land.
Donate money.
donate land and help fund your station, since they're building the large amount of homes in that area,
Right.
requiring the need for service. Because your
I just think we're
service,
getting ahead of ourselves.
currently your service level meets the needs required by standard, yes?
That is correct, yes. We just got back our ISRB rating, and we're held at a 3, which is an extremely good number for our community, or any community for that matter.
Okay, council, what's the thought? What do you want to do?
I'd still like to acquire some land first and then put a beautiful tower, training tower on that land. So it's kind of a big picture process. And I'm not, Chief, I'm not telling you how to run your operation like I'm an expert. I'm not. But if there's a couple of opportunities a year for the next couple of years for you to take half your team to Meridian to train on their tower, then it sounds like you said that will be a step forward in a direction you're not yet taking. So, like, there's a temporary training opportunity you can take while we acquire land, and then potentially put a tower on there for you to train on, a training facility. That's my thought.
I'd like to just give the chief what he needs.
Or another thing, and I don't know what the overall picture is for where we're at currently with our training facility now, where we're at. I mean, it's not imperative that the tower has to sit on where the fire station is. It just is one of those things that would make it pretty convenient, where you've got your workers there and things like that. But it's not too far of a trip to the current facility we have to do a training tower if we were to do something of that magnitude.
Hey, Chief, these are a lot of ideas, great ideas. Can we sit on this and think about it, and maybe meet with you too as well, and just look at our options and then close it out tomorrow? Would that be okay? I don't feel comfortable making a decision right now, that's why. Because y'all have good points, so. Do you feel
Okay.
comfortable making a decision
So,
now?
so the rest of the budget's fine for the chief?
I think
Okay,
it's just the use of that funds. If it's going to be more advantageous to start with this seed money to begin the process of a new station, or if the immediate need is the tower.
Yeah.
And there's an upcoming request for a public works facility. And I don't know where they would like to set that on the ground. So it could potentially conflict with what's there now. I'm not saying it does, but could.
so we'll table the 90, sorry,
Table
the
9900.
99 till tomorrow.
Just the 300,000 in that one.
Yes. Mayor, you don't have to stop the meeting. I'm just gonna use the restroom real
Okay.
quick. I'll be 2
We're
seconds.
gonna take a quick recess.
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chief.
See you tomorrow, Chief.
Police is the next, right?
Can't see anybody behind me.
Just making sure.
They'll all scurry out of here.
We only got 20
Yeah,
minutes.
20 minutes.
What did you get?
Blueberry.
They had blueberry?
Yeah.
Because I had strawberry cream and apple recently. But
Hey Paula, I did chapter.
Oh, so you want me to cross your remove?
Yeah, it's just zeroing it out this year.
Which one? 90, 20.
Went to school in Lincoln, and I would drive that all the time. I never.
Oh, okay.
7 hours a day.
Call the meeting back to order. Police, Amy, Ty, cousin, how we doing? You can bring your chair up if you want.
He needs to, yeah.
Scoot it up here.
Right back there behind Paula.
Well, welcome to the hot seat.
All right, council, let's fire away at them.
I had one quick note before we begin. On our 9935, because you guys allowed us to pay off our TASER contract or lease agreement early, we do not need that annual payment in there.
Oh, that's a big one. Yeah.
It's the 15,726.
Oh.
So we could you could either reallocate that to wherever you'd like, or if you wanted, we could also put it towards an extra chunk of change towards the body camera lease, whatever you wanted to.
Oh, I see. I was like, wow,
so the
240.
yeah, I know at first. I
Oh,
thought-
yeah, no.
So the 15,726
Yes.
is what. Okay. And where would you want to put that?
If you wanted, we could put it towards extra payment towards the body cameras, or you could just reallocate it.
completely.
I'm all for paying
It
off.
sounds
Yeah.
like golf
that
course might
thing.
need money.
I agree. I'm for paying off.
Stop it.
Golf course? Okay.
No, I
Sure.
Whoa, whoa.
She went off the
So
rails.
what do you want to pay off?
The lens lock.
Really sorry.
It wouldn't pay it off.
It
It
won't
would
pay it off.
just.
But apply towards
Apply
a good
towards.
chunk of that.
Take a big chunk out of it.
Maybe not enough.
I think that's smart.
It's almost take a whole year off, it looks like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Almost,
Yeah.
yes.
So there you go. Boom.
Perfect, thank you.
We still write a memo for that.
Because it's 15,000, but the lens lock's 20, so it wouldn't really be a whole extra.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where's the?
No, it wouldn't be an extra payment. It would just be an extra chunk.
Additional.
But
But there would be no memo because you're allocating it now,
yeah, yeah, there's no
Right, but
memo necessary.
fine.
Really.
right?
Fine.
Are we going to the future?
Okay.
No, you're good.
Council, what else we got?
I have just one question, I think. Tiffany, maybe Tiffany or Amy, it's simply the increase in holiday pay. How does holiday pay increase? Is it just a salary increase type thing? Because we're not getting extra holidays.
We're not?
We got June.
I'm just kidding.
Juneteenth.
That's been a couple years now.
Yeah, it would be due to wage.
Okay, so wages go up, therefore the holiday pay goes up.
Yep.
Okay, it's not overtime because you have your own overtime
No.
line for that.
Yep.
Okay.
But we've been trying to hone in on that for several years. We're still zeroing in because it'll go over.
I think that wonder that the 23-24 was because the Juneteenth holiday got added.
That's right.
Yeah, and we hadn't anticipated that.
And the holidays that I think impact the most are the ones in the wintertime. Your Christmas, Christmas Eve, the Thanksgiving stuff, because they're kind of like back-to-back days, and we recognize them, so they have to work.
And some of those people do take their times off, Matt, but we do have some mandatory holidays such as 4th of July because of all the city activities. And additional resources that we need. And New Year's Eve,
Sure.
for obvious reasons. We do run full staffs required.
On 90-20, do you need to remove that GL line for K-9 expense or just keep it there as in case you want to get a K-9 later?
We'll keep it with
Yeah,
zero.
we would like to bring eventually K-9 back.
So you'll still keep that line item there,
Yes.
just have, okay, because it said remove GL, so I didn't know that you're trying to just get rid of that position or not, but.
Zeroed this year.
Regarding line 3300, gas and oil, going down from the current budget, is that, are we sure we want to do that? Is utilization down or just the overall cost? Just looking at what the 100,000 previous and a 90,000 allocation for 25-26.
Currently, our budget is 100,000 and we still have 58,000 unexpended. We're only at 41%. And we're fairly full staff. I think we're only short one or two. But we were just trying to get that a little bit closer. We're happy to keep it at 100,000, but we were just trying to get
No,
it a
I'm
little
glad
bit.
to hear those numbers. I mean, being where we are through
Yeah.
this current fiscal year, utilization seems to be clean. Okay,
I
awesome.
didn't
I
wanna
just want to
lower
make
it.
sure that you had the room if you needed it.
Right. We considered lowering it to 80,000, but we didn't want to go quite that low just because of geopolitics and the market impact that could have.
Sure, sure.
And I know we're jumping ahead a little bit, but if we were approved, the vehicles that we're requesting, those are hybrid.
Oh.
And so that would be less fuel consumption on those vehicles.
Big time. Oh, good job on
You
this
have to
budget.
plug them in? I don't know how the hybrid works.
No, it's a dual electrical
Yeah.
and
Okay.
gas.
There's a lot of things you went down on. Like, you don't see that.
We tried because of our capital expenses
Yeah,
that we
or
wanted
that
to
you wanted.
request. We were trying to keep it relatively the same. Our vehicle lease increase, that was pretty significant, so we were trying to offset that.
A request, since we're, can we figure out a design for our mountain home police cars? I know that is totally not at this, like, in this purview of this meeting, but one day I'm like, there's mountains on the car, and I'm like, well, that's really pretty. Oh, it's a police car. And then there's the ones that have the old, and I'm like, who are we? What are we?
So what the plan is, again, if the vehicles are approved, the old Ford Explorers will be all retired out.
Yeah, okay,
That green and gold design from the
Okay.
past is gone.
okay.
Hopefully we'll be getting rid of some of the Dodge Chargers. And that new
That-
design
yeah.
that you see on
Okay.
the new Ford, that's the design we're moving forward with.
Just like continuity, I
Yeah,
don't know.
exactly.
I like to know what I'm looking for when I'm speeding down the streets, okay? Yeah, exactly.
They won't have
Yeah,
top lights either,
exactly.
so you gotta be really careful.
Yeah.
State trooper.
Oh,
Regarding the Chargers, is there a, is that phasing out through the end of this budget? Or will those be out of service by then, or are we looking at a couple
We
more
will
years?
we'll take some of the worst ones out
Okay.
that need to go, but they'll still be in service. There's still some life to them.
Have all the necessary safety precautions that associate with those Dodges been handled?
Corporal Hollis did all of the safety recall work.
Okay.
It saved the department, well, the city, about $12,000.
There was
Okay.
one of them in the packet.
The expense is not my concern. It's the safety of officers
Absolutely.
in those vehicles. Okay, good.
All right, anything else for the police? Awesome. Okay.
thank you, guys.
That's too easy.
Bam.
Studied so hard.
Wait. We got animal
We have
shelter.
Yeah.
Animal
Don't get up
shelter.
yet.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one. No,
We're done.
I didn't have any questions on that one.
Another for animal shelter.
I do.
Okay.
Really quick on the animal shelter, on the salaries, I see that they were increased. Is it just to bring these guys back kind of up to a good,
They go from that, they're a grade 3, they're gonna move to that 5.
good, okay, good, because I know that was something that we had discussed when we were
Yes.
working through the dispatch agreement, so that's good.
And as well, for council, some of the things that the staff here and I had a brief discussion about, looking to the future of what's necessary for the safety of these animal control center personnel. Perhaps in future years, some upgrades to the facility that might promote individual safety and that kind of thing. They've got a great action plan in place this year, equipment-wise to handle some of that, but next year I will be looking at promoting the idea of essentially some safe retreat area within the facility, in the instance that they get a patron through there that is unkind, to say the least.
Okay. All right. Thank
Ty,
you.
One
Oh,
question for Ty, real quick. It's been real short lived thus far, but how is the cooperation between the city and the county with the new MOU that's been signed and activated?
For animal control you're talking.
Yeah.
Seems to be okay. I mean, there's a few little hiccups, people just understanding the new process and that, but I haven't heard any complaints from the sheriff's office at all.
Okay. Are you or Jake, are you able to ask or answer, has the MOU been provided to the ground level troops at the sheriff's office so they know what their expectation is? I know
I'm not aware if they've all been.
I've had individual supervisors reach out to me on what that looks like, and I generally just explain it to them. I'm not sure that the MOU has been delivered to each of them, but I know I have personally talked to most of the patrol supervisors and relayed them on what the expectations are and what the process looks like.
Okay. All right. If there's any hiccups with it or bad actors or whatever bad things happen, can we like address it immediately so that it doesn't get the snowball effect of bad news?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
I'm glad to hear it's working out.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Streets.
Got 5 minutes.
Gene, Chris, come on down.
Do we want to start that? We're leaving right at 5.
Do you have a lot of?
You have a lot on streets.
Yeah.
You do.
Well,
You want to do airport? That's quick.
you want to knock the airport out? Yeah.
Let's knock out the airport, Chris.
Do the airport.
Sorry, Gene. We'll get you tomorrow.
You could do street lighting.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Street lighting. Any question on street lighting?
The lights staying on? Good.
Okay, good.
Excellent.
Okay.
Good on tight rating.
I
They're
still
working great.
want better quality lights on American Legion. I know, as ITD, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's street
but
lighting.
we can.
But it is a topic that we are addressing
Good.
with ITD. It's a topic of conversation that Gene has with them every single meeting.
Okay.
We're not letting it go.
Good.
Awesome.
Good. That
Thank
street
you.
needs to be.
Oh, yes.
Agreed.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
No
No,
argument.
you're good. Airport. Right? Yeah, airport, sorry.
I appreciate the capital outlay explanation here. Thank you. And instead of just saying for equipment or upgrades, or you know, what I mean, when we're reading this is very clear. Improvements need to be made, including security fencing, FBO building and taxiways, electronic gate upgrades, security cameras, additional tie downs. That's what I'm looking for when I see these. So thank you.
And we took that last year. And I don't know if you've been out there. We have beautiful new security fencing around the main FBO building now. Made a world of difference to get that plastic crap out of there.
Yeah.
And some of the things you don't see, we were able to fix the leak detection systems out there on this. We were able to fix and get our tanks certified for the first time ever out there based on this. So we want to keep that moving forward.
Excellent.
And really quick, you just had a FAA come down do an inspection.
We had an FAA inspection 2 weeks ago. They always have to find something, and they didn't. I mean, it's one of their policies. We got to write you up. They didn't find anything to write up. It went exceptionally.
Very good.
So give Tom Hope a plug. He's killing it.
The grant on line 9610,
Mm-hmm.
is that placeholder funding, or do we have something particular in target for that grant?
So that is the continual operations grant that we get from the FAA.
From the FAA. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I was
Yeah.
assuming that fell to, but
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you.
And again, we're doing great things with that. You all know we're getting ready to build that hangar, which is going to be a killer for out there. That's going to be a real game changer. FedEx is very excited about it.
Are they going to lease it?
I don't know that, but I know they're very inquisitive about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any, Chris, are there anything planned for improving and making our little terminal more accessible, more?
As far as like an
Just
ADA
for-
accessible?
No,
or-
like for patrons flying in and out and using it, the use of it. Is there anything planned on upgrading anything in there
So-
in any of this CIP?
If I'm following what you're saying, last year we installed a door lock system similar to what we have on all the city hall buildings to increase the availability of it. So now when you come up to that building, you can reach out to Tom Hoger and myself, and we can pop the door open for you at any time. We keep the bathroom stocked. There's water in there.
Okay,
It's
good.
very accessible.
Okay, okay.
And we're willing to look at whatever else if there's other ideas. But
Okay.
we figured that was the best way to maintain control, avoid any kind of like unintentional damage in there or intentional, if you will, but still provide access. And we have a Army Ranger group that comes in pretty regularly, and they're in there at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And we always make sure they get access.
Okay, good,
So
good.
things are going good.
I'm glad the porta potties were a mistake.
The porta potties were a mistake.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
I was like, yeah, welcome to Mountain Home.
yeah,
That
it
our
was
bathroom
not the prettiest
situation.
thing we've ever seen out
Those were
there.
they?
Well, I
Good.
originally thought that they were being, and which is what I told you, Councilman.
Yeah.
I originally thought they were being delivered for the BLM seat base because they always had those in the old site. Well, it turns out they're FedEx's. So they're supposed to be delivered
on the
over
other
to
side
the
of the
main
fence.
gate where FedEx is. And the truck driver is like, well, I'm not putting them on the gravel. So he threw them in front of the building.
Right front.
Problem has been
Seems your
resolved.
way. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Thank you.
yeah, that was the least attractive thing you could have ever
I know, I was
done.
like, ooh, go Mountain Home.
Terrible.
Thankfully.
Terrible.
On that note, what about the bathroom, the little outside bathroom?
So-
Has it had any updates?
For the 2-second plug for our maintenance guy, absolutely. We completely replumbed it. We pressure washed it, repainted it, put new toilet paper dispensers in there. It's a brand new bathroom in there. Yeah, it looks really nice in comparison.
Thanks.
Yep.
Cool.
That's a good plug. Plug him again.
He's
later.
doing good things.
Guy's doing awesome.
Hey Tiff, where we at? How much time I got?
It's
Get out of here.
4:57.
It's okay that this is a little early, 3 minutes.
Okay.
I do have a one ask, I guess, if we're doing this. It will soon be election season, and in election season, an ordinance comes before you to adjust your guys' wages. And I'll need to know if you anticipate that wage to increase, because that comes out of our budget, and we have to make sure we have the right funds for it, if you do or don't want to do it, right? So.
It's so uncomfortable. Like, I'll give myself a raise. I hate that.
So I'm just saying, like, the last thing I want to do is us get into September, we've adopted, you guys have done all this work, adopted it, and now we're going to give you guys, you know what I mean? So, you guys get to decide, and it comes around only during election cycle, so.
It is. State statute.
So.
All right. Nothing else till tomorrow?
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Meeting adjourned.
Tiff, for that one, do you want me to throw that on the list of?
I have it at the top of mine in salaries, so I've highlighted all mine to return tomorrow. I'll throw the ordinance down
wanna say,
there
like-
with that.
I will stick it right here so I have it tomorrow.
I won't
and
be
then
here,
I
so
will.
I won't vote on it, but it's probably
We're
easiest.
really good
for me
about
to vote
forgetting
on
it.
Because it won't affect me. Yeah, well, I don't know what her intent is. Have you decided? Running?
I think it's unnecessary. Like, nobody up here should be doing it for
Who's running?